And there is a special tank for each of those pre-orders packages, and you will never ever get this tank in the future. So only pre-orders, those people who pre-ordered will get those a couple of different levels of those tanks, and they will not be available after the release. You will not be able to grind to level up to them or to buy them in any other manner. So those would be totally exclusive.
Unless it is Christmas 2018, because it is for sale again. The M6A2E1, aka the Mutant, aka the Alien. Yeah, M6A2E1. But I never call it by this, and no one does, I think. It's for sale. It's 33 euros and 35 cents. You're gonna get the good old 100% crew that you're gonna throw away, the garage slot that you don't need, 1500 gold, premium days for 30 days, and 25 missions for times 5 XP for 33 bucks. If you're gonna buy it in game with your gold that you probably got from your loot boxes or something, it's gonna be roughly 28 bucks for a tier 8 heavy that has limited matchmaking. That's actually a pretty good deal, to be honest, because the tank is pretty solid. And it has limited matchmaking, which is, a rarity. They don't make them like they used to, The only real downside, honestly, is kind of the top speed and the lack of DPM. You have less than 1700 base. The shells are decent, 204 base spin for 320 alpha with 945 velocity. The APCR goes up to 245 and almost 1200 velocity. And the armor model is actually really good in this, as long as you keep your front pointed towards the enemies, because you can't really do too much side scraping in this, because it's like an M6 hull. So, frontally, this thing is an absolute beast, as long as you're not meeting anything with 240 pen or higher. And so you kind of have to pick and choose your targets. And even then, the turret is still pretty troll. You have 10 degrees of gun depression as well. And I think it is a pretty decent tank if you have the patience to play it. And the DPM doesn't scare you off. I think armor-wise, this thing is actually pretty troll. I think I used it for a mission or two as well, for bouncing. Because not only do people not know where the fuck to shoot you, because they think they have to shoot the hull or something. So they first shoot the hull and they're like, oh fuck, that didn't work. Then they shoot the lower plate and it's like, oh, that's 1,000 effective. Turret is not really working out. And then obviously it does have the cupola, and it has this, it's a little bit weaker on the top part here. But let's be real. If people don't have 240 pen in some capacity, you're not going to get pen frontally, basically. Very front-mounted turret as well. It also has troll tracks to a certain degree. So if you get shot here, it's not going to do any damage. If you're going to get shot here, it tends to not do any damage, because you see the hull only starts here. So I kind of recommend it, actually. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like the +2 memes. I don't like it either. This will ensure that you will only see the tier 9s. Will those tier 9s shoot through your front like butter? Absolutely, right? Tier 8s will even shoot through you. Like, TDs will shoot through your hull, no problem. A lot of heavies at tier 8 shooting heats will probably shoot through you. Like, through your hull. But if you pick and choose your targets a little bit, this thing can be kind of a beast. And like I said, I've used this to troll some personal missions, because people don't know where the fuck to shoot this thing. And it almost doesn't have weak spots frontally. So you either have 240 pen and you shit on it, or you don't and you can't do shit. So it's a bit of a weird fucking tank, right? And there's definitely been some armor and like pen creep over the years since it was introduced. As you saw in the video, when it was only available as a pre-order package, this was the largest one. There was also a pre-order package for a tier 5 that's now a tier 6 or something like that. Let's take a quick look, because I actually really wanted that thing. Oh no, wait, I think it's regarded as a medium. Is it this one? I think it might be. Oh, at least it's the tank similar to this. I really wanted this tank. But they've only sold the M6 so far, going back on the promise years and years ago. And so do I recommend this tank? Kind of. Like, the price is pretty decent for limited matchmaking tier 8 heavy, of course. the tank holds up fairly well, but you really gotta realize that your frontal armor has its limits, and that your top speed is only 29 and you have a base DPM of 1700. If you don't mind the DPM, if you don't mind the mobility, I'd say it's actually pretty worthy of a purchase. If you need an American premium heavy. Obviously, I think the Patriot is still more competitive, but it fights against tier 10s, and not everybody is as experienced as I am or some of you are. So, yeah, it's kind of worth it, I think. It's also cheaper than the Patriots. And, yeah. I think it's kind of worth it. If you keep these... If you keep the top speed and DPM in mind, and you know your way around the armor model a little bit, I think a lot of people can get some pretty decent games out of it. And to a certain degree, it's almost odd that it doesn't really have a weak spot, but the sides become a weak spot really quickly. So a lot of these people who play these tanks still get absolutely annihilated, because like your side armor starts really quickly, and it's a huge target. And yeah, you can even HE this thing quite sufficiently in a lot of tanks as well. So yeah, if you see these things, track them, get around them as best as you can. They have really bad DPM, so you can outtrade these guys a lot. So yeah, there you go. That's my review. Don't forget, they will never sell it ever again, boys, unless it's Christmas. See you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one, chat. Peace.